Hey, imagine you are sitting in our dorm, and you want to learn Python because we mentioned it's pretty similar to the MATLAB we know. Right now, we'll tackle one classic interview question that often crops up, finding a pair of numbers that sum up to a specific target in an array. Don't worry, it sounds terrifying, but I promise you it's doable and really fun once you get into it. Okay, let's start by understanding what our problem is. Picture two friends trying to find two pieces of candy from a vast selection that together cost exactly 10 cents. Now, instead of candy, it's numbers, and our target is the sum of 10. We are given a list of integers and need to find all pairs that, when combined, give us that 10 sweet-sounding sum. Sounds simple enough, right? But Python, with its concise syntax and robust libraries, can actually help us solve this efficiently and elegantly. Before we jump in, I'm going to assure you that we can break this entire problem down into steps that will not only enhance our Python solving skills, but also solidify our understanding of fundamental programming principles. Are you ready? Awesome, let's jump straight into it. First, we'll start with creating an empty set to hold the potential second values we are looking for. This way, we keep a running store of numbers we would need to form a pair with any element in the array. Here, I'm writing our code in Python, but pretend I can execute it here. In Python, the simplest way to get things done is using list comprehensions. I can filter and generate the required pair sums in one line. But to make sure you understand what's really going on under the hood, I'll demonstrate a more manual approach. We'll start by iterating over every element in our list, that's our primary number. Then for each primary number, we subtract it from our target sum. If this result is in our set of potential second numbers, we've got a pair. If not, it's an easy task to put our secondary value in the set for reference in the next primary iteration. Remember that sets in Python are unordered, so our pairs might turn out in a funky order, but the learning is the same. It's important to note here that a basic implementation can have quadratic time complexity. But hey, that's just brute force. Not the most efficient, but it'll definitely get the job done, especially with a small list. Speaking of efficiency, for larger lists, a more sophisticated approach using a set would cut down our time complexity to linear. That means time it takes to compute is directly proportional to the size of input n, which is much better. But let's not stop there. How about adding some security? Yes, you heard that right. In Python, we can use exception handling to guard against unexpected input or behavior. Say, our list has a couple of weird non-integer values, we'll politely ignore them with a try except block. For a more professional, real-world touch, we also want this function to handle negative numbers gracefully. After all, we wouldn't want those ruining our pair sum celebrations, right? We can achieve this by considering the pairs formed by a negative number and its opposite. The final touch we'll discuss is performance engineering with Python. Python isn't always the quickest, but tools like NumPy and Cython can give us a speed boost, especially on large arrays. It's always important to choose the right tool for the job. Now, remember, as IT freshers, we tend to focus more on finding the solution rather than understanding how it works. It's just like learning MATLAB or C. Coding in Python isn't merely about making things work. It's a science of its own, demanding efficiency, elegance, and performance. And guess what? The best part of all this learning never stops. Even after the pair sum problem, there's always more to explore, more to learn, and yes, even more puzzles to solve. Keep that in mind as we dive further into Python's real-world applications, its extensive libraries beyond this single problem, and of course, its beautiful applications in fields like data science and AI where Python rules the roost. I'd love to keep this conversation going and see how much more we can unravel together. But I'll leave that open-ended for us to explore together later. For now, I want you to think of what Python means to you, the concepts we touched upon, and where you see yourself using Python in your future endeavors. Feel free to ask me about anything is fair game. And hey, just so you get a taste of where to learn more, have a look at https://neeraj.zapier.io Neeraj's Zapier blog. It's a treasure trove of interesting Python topics, challenging you to constantly improve. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to www.techlab.io TechLab. I'll regularly drop in fresh articles to keep both our Python game strong and sharp. Let's code, learn and navigate Python together.